With the third selection of the 2017 MLB Draft, the San Diego Padres select Mackenzie Gore.
Everybody knows I love Mackenzie Gore. My favorite pitching prospect.
You really love Mackenzie Gore.
There's not a guy I love as much as Mackenzie Gore's prospect.
Get to your man crush here.
I would have taken him number one. Lefty, can show you 4+ pitches. He's so athletic. He's got that high leg kick, but he sticks the landing spot every time, throws a lot of strikes.
Yeah, and I think you and I need to leave the room and give him some alone time.
Oh, my goodness.
Jim Callis has loved Mackenzie Gore for a long time, and he got me on the Mackenzie Gore fandom as well, and for good reason. Jim, I've known you for quite a long time, and you've been fans of prospects. I've never heard you talk about a prospect like you've talked about Mackenzie Gore. Through all of it, and he went through some changes. We'll get to a tape showing the difference in his mechanics. Was there ever a moment that your fandom wavered for Mackenzie Gore?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, not so much in 2020 when he was going through the mechanical issues. And that was all at the alternate sites. We didn't really see that, but he struggled again last year. I saw him in the fall league, and he was just okay. It wasn't a case, Greg, where I was like, oh, man, this guy's never going to make it to the big leagues or anything like that. But I saw him kind of sit around 92 miles an hour, and the fastball got hit when he didn't command it well. It was kind of off and on, and the secondary pitches weren't real great that day. And I remember thinking that was last, I guess, October. You know, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be the star I thought he was. And then you fast forward to this spring, and he figured out the mechanics, and the stuff came back, and he's a Mackenzie Gore we've loved since day one.
Now, I want you to hang tight, because Sean and I are going to go through some video of Mackenzie Gore and how he's physically changed, what the Padres tried to do to alter his pitching mechanics. And it is actually pretty dramatic, because one of the reasons why I was so excited about Mackenzie Gore, his mechanics were different than every other cookie-cutter pitcher, Sean. This is in 2017. He's on the showcase circuit. Look at that leg kick. Look how high that was. Now, A.J. Pearl and I talked to him about it. They wanted to alter his leg kick. They lowered it from what it used to be because they didn't. This is 2019. 2019, he still had it up high. They didn't think it was sustainable for a guy to pitch into his 30s. So they really tried to work with him to not bring it up so high. Now they added a slide step with guys on base. He struggled. You're not surprised that he would struggle with that,
No,
right?
I'm not surprised. I remember when I first got the Pro Ball, they were like, you're not using your legs enough. You got to get it in your legs more. And I had a lot of success like Mackenzie Gore did, and I started to struggle. And then I remember Joel Skinner said to me, he's like, hey, man, he's like, why did they draft you in the second round, the Indians? And I said, because I can hit. He's like, well, why don't you go back to hit?
Go back to doing
what you were doing well. But when you get the Pro Ball, you think, oh, man, if they're telling me don't do that, maybe I should give it a try. But when I look at that leg kick, I say deception. There's some serious deception with that kick, but you know,
they didn't want him to be a Tim Lincecum with mechanics that wouldn't let him age well, right? So Jim, they've altered the mechanics. Now you're looking at a 23-year-old who's got an ERA barely over 2. He's the most impressive rookie in the National League. Do you view him in the same way you used to? I remember when he was drafted, and there was a comparison to Clayton Kershaw. Do you think he could be the next Kershaw?
That's a pretty high bar. I love Mackenzie Gore, but Clayton Kershaw is like an inner circle Hall of Famer. So I don't know if I'll go there. But like, what's exciting to me, Greg, is as you point out, I think his ERA is 2.06 right now. And really, the pitch that's been working for him is the fastball. He's averaging 95 miles an hour. He's locating the fastball well. But if you break down and you dig into the data on the secondary pitches, all of which can be solid or better, he's got curveball, slider, changeup, have been kind of ordinary. I actually think he has room for growth with those secondary pitches. So I'm not going to go Clayton Kershaw because that's a pretty high bar. But how about if we start with multiple All-Star appearances and we'll go from there?
Like you're saying, Cole Hamels?
How about
Cliff Lee? How about Cliff Lee?
Cliff Lee?
I got one for you, Jim. Mark Langston. He had
I
the
like
leg
the
kick
Mark
like
Langston,
that.
yep.
The similar stuff. I think Mark Langston led the American League in strikeouts for like 5 straight years.
It's a good comp.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I mean, those are all good pitchers, multi-time All-Stars. So, yeah, I think we'll go a little light on the comp right now. Instead of going to Kershaw, we'll stay with the Langston, Cliff Lee. That works.
Nah, hell with that. I'll let you go. I'll compare him to Kershaw. Jim Callis, awesome.
You say that on TV?
You're the man, dude.